This is Dabu7, some underground world news this February 7th, 2017. It looks like Ohio is pushing this legislation that would ban or criminalize these sanctuary cities. This is interesting because Cincinnati came out recently and said that they would basically take the carrot, the federal money, they'd take that federal money and become a sanctuary city. Other cities voted against it, many other cities. But there's still cities, say like Cleveland, that even though they're not being dubbed a sanctuary city, even though they're not taking in the federal funds, they're still taking in refugees. So what this means is that Cincinnati was ready to take the carrot. And with the 6-2 vote in council last week, they said, yeah, Cincinnati would become a sanctuary city. So in my opinion, they need to explain that to the people, and the people should have a voice in that. The whole system's messed up. We go on and on and on about that. But they need to explain to the people the repercussions of what that means. And, you know, on the other side of the coin, well, the other side of the country, we have California. Trump just making comments saying that potentially California is a sanctuary state, out of control, that they could withhold federal funding if the sanctuary cities continue, or if the state as a whole institutes sanctuary immigration policies. So those are some of his comments, and we've seen the division. We've seen the talk of California wanting to secede from the states, and I've covered multiple videos, the chaos on the ground, who's pushing it, the whole nine. And it's a repeated theme all over the place. Another story here we have is that guy that was pushing the malware, hacking into people's Androids, that was stealing private information, getting into their bank accounts, taking who knows how much money, basically only got probation, 3 years probation, a smack on the hand, and he's back. He's in the streets still. How much money these guys have truly made behind the scenes is yet to be seen. They haven't been busted for anything there. Nothing stuck to them, so to speak, yet. He just got nailed for creating it. And basically, he was selling it to other people to go steal people's information and rob them blind and everything else. But he's still free on the streets, just probation. An update to that there at the link. All these links will be in the description box, and this is an interesting one. Another one that just shows that you can get paid to fight against Trump. This isn't Soros. Or then again, you know, now that I say that, I'm going to dig, and I'll probably find a connection to him to this because it goes to demand protest. We'll see. But it just goes to show there's more and more of these NGOs and groups popping up all over the place that are looking to assemble movements. These are government-backed one way or another. Man, this is what we do. We run the streets across the country, finding the people from the streets, looking at the movements. When you see people just pop, or groups pop up out of nowhere saying they assemble movements, I'm telling you, dude, you better pay attention and watch out. You better watch out for these fake groups. Fukushima talked about it recently, about record levels, where they're saying that now the radiation is at the highest level since the meltdown. And this continues. They've sent a robot in because others were crumbling from the radiation and the damage. There's a hole now in the bottom of one of these reactors. They were able to finally get a robot in there long enough to see what was going on. And it's devastating, obviously. We've been talking about this for years. Something the mainstream never, ever wants to talk about or do updates on or anything. Well, go figure, right? Anyhow, that's why we talk about it. And it's at a bad level right now. You know, it's affected the Pacific. It's going to continue. Even our West Coast, no matter what they want to say, it is. Interesting information here in regards to this child porn and in the pedophile ring stuff that's going down here. Celebrity drummer, along with Amazon and the crosshairs here, involved in this. And people need to see. You talk about always sweeping these stories under the rug. The mainstream media always does, especially when huge names like Amazon could be connected. But the John Fishman, he's a celebrity drummer. He's in a legal battle here after allegations involving child pornography were filed in court. And it's interesting nonetheless that this is actually making it to court and not getting swept fully under the rug. And we're going to keep tabs on this as things progress, but a lot of details here into this situation. And then we can connect into the whole Pizzagate theme and the Podestas and the reality of the whole ring that is out there that really does exist. All we can hope for is that individuals will continue to get exposed and pulled into court. And like I said, I'll leave that link and continue to update on that situation as things change. The big sinkhole in Florida that's sucking up radioactive water. I've had people emailing me, asking me about this. Yes, it continues. I don't know what to say about it at this point because they're not saying anything new. It continues. All I can say, look, there's an elderly woman that was saying she doesn't drink the water. It's all bottled water, but she did admit she's been taking showers in it. She goes, I may start glowing one day. She's a very, very elderly woman that has been dealing with this, and everyone else around there's dealing with it too. Radiation in their water. I mean, look at the situation at St. Louis with the underground fire at the landfill there, the contamination going on there that no one wants to talk about. Hanford. I mean, all these different sites. We just talked about Fukushima, but I'm just talking about here in this country. There's been multiple pipelines break here recently that you're never going to see in your evening news. I mean, very recently. And you wonder why they're up there protesting at Standing Rock. Because they're trying to cross the one waterway that feeds right into their only water source. Think about it. It's a common sense factor. If it was you would be doing the same thing, I hope, defending your only waterway. Because then, what then? You're going to depend on the government to come in, an EPA that they're trying to now dismantle, thankfully. Hopefully that goes through. Like Flint, Michigan. What are they going to do? Bring you in bottled water, fluoridated bottled water, and make you dependent on the government then? Is that what you want? You see, you have to look at this large scale. There's reasons why people are out here doing things. And, to me, there's the obvious paid, agitated protesters in the streets. And then there's ones like the heart and soul of the guys up there at Standing Rock that are legitimate, that are fighting for true things. You need to see that. And anything can get infiltrated. Provocateurs can show up on the scene anywhere. But, where these things sit here in this country, this is a true time of change. And it looks to me like they're just trying their damnedest to make this chaos kick up more and more and more. And I will finish up here with this story. We have a California Senate leader admitting that half of his family in the country is here illegally with false Social Security cards. And it has some of them up in arms big time saying, what do you mean? Where are they at? They need to be deported. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's all kinds of people here like this. And they're saying, well, this is how it should not be. You can't, just because someone's here legitimately, that's fine. We can all say that we have grandparents, this and that came here as migrants from other countries, but they did so legitimately. Legitimately. If you wanted to go to another country right now, you'd have to do so legally, or you could expect to have your ass thrown in jail and deported back. Exactly. So what gives them the free pass to just slip in here and us pay for it? Illegally. Why can't they simply go through the legal process of getting in here legitimately? Or they just don't want to wait? Whatever their excuse is. To me, it's cut and dry, plain and simple. You want to go to any country, and I have to abide by these rules. How come anyone else gets a free pass? Huh? How come other people can come here to America from India or any other country and they can get a grant, literally money given to them to start their own business, to take over these gas stations and all this other stuff? Me as an American, I don't get that opportunity. I can't go to India and get that same opportunity from them or any other country, you see. Yet we're here paying for everything with our tax dollars, and they come in, and the Obama administration did a fine job of trying to prop up as many as they could on Obamacare or on HUD and housing with Obama phones, free this, free that, while everyone else pays for it. That's the socialist mind frame. Therefore, they control you. That was the whole ideology with them bringing immigrants from decades ago into ghettos and keeping them there and then just going and using them for their vote when the day came. And it's exactly what they did. But you have to do things legitimately, period, in my opinion. You can't just leave your borders wide open to get stormed and ran up in and have all these people just come and suck the life out of everything here illegally. That has to stop, period. If you want to come to this country, if no problem, you do it legitimately. That's what it's all about. I'd have to do the same, and so will all of you. If you wanted to go anywhere else, why should anyone else get a free pass to come in here and get away with it, which is a crime? So, to me, it's cut and dry at that point, but I just can't believe that this guy admitted it right there in the open. That all those people, we'll see what happens. If there's anything that comes of this, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll leave links in the description box. Once again, the story in Florida with the sinkhole. A lot of people hit me up from Florida about that, man, and it is affecting people big time. And like they're having to either shower in it or use nothing but bottled water. So my best advice is get out of that neck of the woods. As hard as it may be for some, I wouldn't be sticking around that area with all that going on. And I will leave links and keep you guys updated with more information as I come across it. Make sure to tune in to Underground World News Live this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about all the current events, updates to all this stuff, and whatever pops off between now and then. And until then, this has been Dabu7 with some Underground World News. February 7, 2017. Peace.